Welcome to the Books and Martinis podcast.
I'm Priya.
And I'm Mercy.
And this is your go-to book podcast,
where we lift, empower, and spotlight authors.
Grab your martini and follow along.
And don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to our podcast. I'm Priya.
I'm Mercy. Hello, everybody. Welcome, and welcome, Elise. A big cheers to you.
Welcome, Elise. Cheers.
All the way from Australia. Oh, so excited
Where
to
it's
have
5
you.
o'clock in the morning and she got a mimosa in her hand, guys. In your ears and on the screen is Elise Helliwell, the author of Within the Space of a Second. You guys, this book is so beautiful and I am loving it. I am currently reading it and devouring it, and I can't wait for you guys to get your hands on this too. Welcome, Elise. Welcome to our podcast.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Oh, we're so excited to have you. Talk to us about you. Tell us, is this your first book?
Yes, it is my first book.
Well, congratulations. Congratulations. Tell us where you got the inspiration for such a beautiful book. I mean, I know you have great taste. I love the aesthetics of your Instagram page. All the pinks happening and all the shades are just like my love language. Mm-hmm. So I love it. But the story itself, talk to us about inspiration. What inspired you?
So I've always been a book girly and I've always loved reading romance. So my favorite genres are definitely romantasy, contemporary romance, and magical realism. So the original inspiration was about 10 years ago. I know, a long time. I was at work on a very boring day and I just couldn't find the book that I wanted to read. So as far as I knew, there was no Book Talk or Bookstagram back then, and I was getting all of my book recommendations from the Dymocks Top 100. I'm not sure, do you guys have Dymocks in the US, don't you?
I don't think so.
I'm not familiar with it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, basically, it's readers vote, and they compile a list of the top 100 books from the previous year. But they don't have to be books released in the last 12 months, just of all time. And they release it every year. Mm-hmm. So it's an amazing list of books. But just at the time, I couldn't find the book that I wanted to read. So I thought, I'll just write my own. Easy.
Sure. 10 years later.
10 years later.
Right.
But so the original idea was that a gorgeous time traveler would be stuck in the past, and he would ask an introverted academic to help him restore his powers. Mm-hmm. And the catch was that even though he was a stranger to her, he would already know everything about her. So that was the original idea. And the story just exploded from there, and the book just wrote itself. And here we are.
I love it. And I love the characters, like the way like you kicked off the story. So I'm not going to reveal a lot. Elise and I got a few minutes to chat about it before we recorded. And I was so excited about what was happening, what point in the book I'm at. But this is when things are really starting to unfold. And there's a little bit of suspense there because you don't know like what's going to happen. How is the main character going to take this, finding out about space travel. Am I allowed to say that? I mean, time travel. Am I allowed to say that?
Yeah, time travel. Yeah. Is it okay if I do a little intro into the book for everyone?
Yes, please. Go.
I would love that. Yes, absolutely.
Cool. Okay. So Within the Space of a Second is a time travel romance about an introverted academic who falls in love with a charismatic time traveler from the future while she's trying to unravel the secrets of her past. So it's perfect for anyone who likes magical realism. So think Divine Rivals or The 7-Year Slip, A Discovery of Witches. And popular tropes are slow burn, soulmates, hidden identities, found family, and he falls first. So that's my little...
Oh my God, you did that so
beautiful.
Good. You practiced.
A professional.
I
love that.
I've pitched it many times.
Wow.
You've done well. I love it.
That's so good. So inspiring the way you did it too. Like we got to practice, Mercy.
It just flowed. I love it.
Yeah.
It flowed. So from having the idea So putting like you
Mhm.
actually started 2015 to
Yes.
with the whole idea and the vision of it.
Yes,
And what
that's
about
right.
the cover? Tell me about the
So
cover because it's beautiful. I see like a Beauty and the Beast feel
thank you
here.
so much. So this
Right?
cover was designed by an incredibly talented woman named Elizabeth Sparks. Like, what a name, Elizabeth Sparks.
What a
She sounds
name.
like
That's a
a character
strong
from a
name.
book. She's an
Hmm.
Australian, like me. And when I was put into contact with her, she was a uni student in her final year at uni. So she's first year out of uni now. And we did a Zoom and we just had a bit of a chat about how I see it. And this is literally what she came back to me with. And I was
Beautiful.
just blown away. So she's currently designing the cover for the second book
Mhm.
in the series. Um, and yeah, she's just incredible. I love it. And she designed the sprayed edges as well. So you can see.
Gorgeous.
Which we don't have. So everybody watching.
No, I'm sorry you don't have it. It's the moon, it's the
Oh,
moon
it's
rising over the
beautiful.
ocean, which has significance in the book when you read
Yeah,
it.
that's so
Um,
beautiful. And your version has like a glittery thing going on
I
the
was
cover.
gonna say that.
yeah, it's got gold foiling on the
Oh, it's
top.
Oh, I
beautiful.
love that.
Yeah, so it's very exciting.
Oh,
So
it's
And I wanted
beautiful.
to add, even though I said it took 10 years from the original idea, but I didn't commit to writing it until it was about 5 years after that.
Okay.
So, so when I originally had the idea to write, I'd write little bits here and there, and I'd go for months without writing. So I've always been a science girly.
mhm.
I'm not an English girly. I never understood the assignment at school in English. Um, and so I have a degree in biomedical science and medical imaging science.
What?
I'm a radiographer.
Okay.
So it was like this silly little secret, and I didn't tell anyone that I was writing. And
Do you think if anybody found out, they would have been like, "What are you doing?"
I maybe I was just I don't know. I was just nervous for anyone to find out. I didn't tell anyone for a really, really long time.
Mhm.
And then COVID happened. And when COVID happened, I was 6 months pregnant, and I was working in a rural hospital where there was a very high chance that I would get COVID. And
Mm.
the advice given to me was stop work because we don't know what happens if a pregnant woman gets COVID.
Right.
So I went on maternity leave early. I had 3 months of maternity leave. And on the very first day, I sat down on the couch and I opened up Instagram. And my best friend and my cousin had put up, she'd shared an inspirational post. And it was the first thing I saw that morning. And I'd love to read it if that's okay.
Please.
Yeah,
I'd love to
share
hear
it.
it.
So the quote is, if you don't come out of this quarantine with either one, a new skill, two, starting what you've been putting off, like a new business, or three, more knowledge, you didn't ever lack the time, you lacked the discipline. So I read
Ooh.
that first day of my 3 month maternity leave, and I just knew that I was not going to waste this time. I was going to finish this book. And I spent 3 months just, the book pretty much wrote itself. And I finished the first draft, I think it was the day before I was induced.
Oh,
And then,
wow.
as so often happens, I had another baby after that.
Right.
And so during that time, I learned about the craft of writing because I'd never educated myself. And so I rewrote the book again during the maternity leave with my second baby. And then I got a developmental edit and I rewrote it again. So this was kind of my learning book, but I've reworked it and reworked it to a point now where I feel like it's the best version of itself and I'm really proud of it. And since I've written another book since, the second book in the series. So yeah, so it did
Wow.
take 10 years, but
Oh.
I didn't commit to writing until 5 years after that.
Wow. So
So
you should be
And
very proud of yourself
in between you brought two humans to
into the
Earth.
yes,
world.
So
That's
you
a
were a little
lot.
yes,
bit, you were
yes,
a
I have
little
a three
bit
and a
young.
5 year old.
Oh, how
Wow.
special.
So can we share with everyone like your journey becoming now a published author? Like with
Yes,
traditionally
Mm.
published author. Can we talk about that?
yes.
Because we had connected and we tried to set everything up for this interview. And at that point you thought you were going to be an indie author. Then all of a sudden you got picked up by a publisher. Tell us about that.
Yes. So I joined a company called the Romance Writers of Australia, which is an Australia-wide company, and it's just full of romance writers, the most wonderful people. And they host an annual conference every year. So I went and I pitched my book to publishers and agents, and the feedback I got was very promising. They all asked me to send the first few chapters, and then they'd read that, they'd ask for the full, I'd send the full, and then I got the rejections. So then I decided I was going to self-publish, and I launched a really big cover reveal on Instagram. And this was about 18 months after I'd first pitched it. And one of the publishers who I'd met at the conference reached out to me and said, "Send me this book, I want to read it." And it had since undergone a big developmental edit, and I had a publishing deal 2 days later. So
wow,
I definitely
congratulations.
Wait, from an Instagram post.
Yes. So I do want to thank every single person who is on my Instagram who helped me share my cover back in March.
Wow. Oh,
yep. So that's how it. How it started.
So for everyone listening, there is hope. You never know when you share your stuff on social who's going to see it. That's amazing.
That's right. So I was gearing up to self-publish. I had the cover. The book had undergone 3 edits, 3 professional edits.
Yeah.
I built up my social media, and I was ready to go. But Anthea from Atria Publishing offered me a deal, and Atria Publishing really helped me make this book just the best version it could be. I have absolutely no regrets signing with them. And spread, I wouldn't have had physical copies like this with sprayed edges, and
so beautiful.
They've been so amazing. So it's very exciting.
Oh, that's wonderful. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
What did the writing process look like for you?
So when I
recall you mentioning that you usually wake up really early to write.
That's right. Yes. So before I got my publishing deal, I was working part-time as a radiographer. So 3 days a week as a radiographer, and the other 4 days I was just mum. So I remember saying to my husband, I need time to get this done. I believe in this book. I want to get it done. And we have a big mortgage and life like everyone else.
Right.
And he said to me, "You're going to have to find the time." I said, "I don't have the time." He said, find the time. So the only time was first thing in the morning before everyone woke up. So I was lucky my second baby was a good sleeper. So for the last 3 years, I've woken up at between 3:30 and 4 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
And I'm lucky if I can write between 4 and 5, or 4:30 and 5:30. And then my oldest daughter's not a good sleeper, so she'll be up. But since I got my publishing deal and I got an advance, I've been able to take a few days off work now to write.
Good for you. Good for you. Yes, we want your writing in the world. So good. I'm so excited for you. Oh, that's wonderful.
Have you had beta readers? Have you had like a good, tell us about the response from your beta readers? Because it's not out in the world yet, obviously.
It's not. But I do have many reviews on Goodreads for my ARC readers, which is great.
Yeah.
But my beta readers, well, my sister, but I know they say don't use family, but my sister is brutally honest. She's the first person that reads everything. And then a lot of writers from the Romance Writers of Australia have given me their time and feedback, which I'm so grateful for. But they're just, the feedback is just so such excitement. They love it, and everyone just wants the second book, which is so exciting. So I've had lots of beta readers in all versions of this book. So
that's wonderful. That takes me to the next question. So is it going to be 2 books? Will it be a trilogy? What are you thinking? Where's inspiration taking you?
So the first and second books are already written, and I'm trying to figure out, I'd like it to be a trilogy. I'd like the next book to be the final, but the story's just gotten so big and there's so many characters and subplots that I'm thinking about maybe 4, but definitely not more than 4.
Okay. Okay.
Wow.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
That
Well,
is
this
so
can go anywhere.
wonderful.
If they're time traveling, this can go anywhere,
Sure.
you
It's
know.
endless. Yeah, the possibilities are truly endless because they
Hmm.
have, and where are the time periods? So
Yeah,
when,
so it reads like a contemporary. So the main female character is in 2025, and then
it's from the
the
future.
he's from the future. So I think he's 4 years ahead. Yeah. So yeah, not too far into the future or the
No, not
past.
too far. Okay, that's great. Okay,
Yeah.
we can't say anymore. We know a lot more, but we can't really say anymore. So I'm going to stop right there because I'm just going to keep
Well,
asking.
I had a follow-up question to that.
Yes,
So,
as long as it
uh,
doesn't spoil the
I
story.
know she won't spoil it. So the main characters, tell us about the inspo for the main characters. So we have 3 right now in book
Yes.
1. We have
Yes, that's
Mariella, we
right.
have Rose, and we have Parker. Tell us how you came
Yes.
up with their stories.
Oh my gosh, I don't even know how I came up with their stories. They just popped into my head and they wouldn't go away.
Hmm.
So Mariella is our introverted academic, and when the story starts, she is trying to stay under the radar. She's had a bit of a difficult life, and she just wants her life to be simple and easy.
Hmm.
Little does she know. And then the main male character, Parker, is our chivalrous, charismatic time traveler. He's probably my favorite character. Um, he just lightens the mood and he has this blind faith that everything's going to be okay, even when things are clearly not okay.
Hmm.
And readers describe him as the golden Labrador or the green
Aw,
flag,
Oh,
the
the
green
retriever.
flag, golden
aw.
retriever, sorry, or the green flag MMC.
Uh-huh.
Um, and then the third character is Rose. So she comes from a very rough past,
Hmm.
and she's feisty and loyal. She's the ride or die friend that you want.
Hmm.
And readers seem to be torn over her. So people either love her and they want her story, and they because you don't get a lot of her backstory in the first book,
Hmm.
and people message me saying I want more from Rose, I want to know everything. And then other characters say that the other readers, sorry, say that they don't like
Tell
her.
her
So
it's over.
So I've been struggling a little bit with Rose. I'm like, what's her deal? What's her problem? Like, she's so on edge all the time. And at first I was like, is she jealous of Mariella? Like, does she not want, the two of them to, be together? Like, she doesn't like the vibe. Does she like Parker more? Like, I'm so new, like I'm almost halfway into the book right now. So I'm just like, what is happening? What is her
mm,
deal?
she'll grow on you.
Okay. There's hope.
And
Hopefully.
we'll learn more about her with the second book.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
It's
But you do
exciting.
find out why she doesn't want Parker interfering with Mariella's timeline. So
Oh,
There's a reason always.
okay.
there's always a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Always.
How exciting. If you have, well, giving advice to a writer or, yeah, an aspiring writer, somebody that wants to be an author at some point, what advice would you give them from the experiences that you've had so far?
Yeah. And also from your genre, because our genre is like
Yes.
borderline. It's like sci-fi fantasy. People are very into fantasy. Sci-fi is like,
Mm.
so any advice for that too?
Okay. So the advice I would give my younger self is to get help sooner. So I think when we're writing our first book, we're rewriting and rewriting and rewriting. And I think I would have benefited from getting the first professional developmental edit sooner.
Hmm.
So if you have a manuscript that you're sitting on and you're reworking it and you're trying to make it the best version of itself, that's how you know that it's ready for a developmental edit. And find someone who is going to guide you and help you and make this book the best version of itself. So that's the advice I would give the younger Elise.
Good.
And advice I would give for aspiring writers as a whole is to join a writing group. So
Hmm.
it doesn't necessarily have to be in your country. because a lot of the correspondence is done via Zoom and emails. But since I joined the Romance Writers of Australia, I've started entering competitions and getting feedback. It's how I found all of my beta readers. People are at all different parts of the journey, but I find that writers are generally really wonderful people, and they do want to share with you what they've learned and are happy to help you. And I'm also happy to help. So if anyone's listening and they don't know where to go from here, or they want anything, reach out to me on Instagram, Elise Helliwell author. I've connected with so many wonderful writers on Instagram. And my advice for people writing in the sci-fi fantasy genre would be try and read books in that genre if you can, that help you. And I feel like time travel is a tricky one because it sits in a gray area between fantasy and sci-fi. So I think once you know what you're writing, you need to figure out where it's going to sit, because then you're managing reader expectations. So I feel like my book does touch on sci-fi, but it more sits in the fantasy realm. And so when you're pitching, you want to know exactly where your book's going to sit, which a lot of aspiring authors struggle with. I know I did. But when you show up and pitch to an agent or a publisher, they want you to tell them, I know exactly what my book is. I know exactly where it sits on a shelf, and I know what books it would sit beside, because that's what you need to know.
Excellent.
So.
Yeah.
That is excellent advice.
How did you come up with your pitch, by the way? Because it was so good. Like, did you have someone work with you on it? How did you create it?
So I another writing group. So I joined another group called the Australian Society of Authors, and they do a course, an online course, so anyone can do it, on pitching. And they talk you through, I would recommend it to anyone. They talk you through everything that you should discuss during your pitch. And I use that to write my pitch, and then I let my pitch off by heart, because I get really nervous. And when I get nervous, my brain blanks. So I wrote my pitch and I learn it off by heart. But I think where people go wrong with pitching is that you want to tell the person that you're pitching to as much about your book without telling them directly what your book is about. And I know that sounds crazy. So I'll give you an example. Instead of speaking for 5 minutes about the storyline, you tell them, you tell them, my book is a time travel romance and it sits on a shelf beside da 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 da. It evokes emotions of love, anticipation, things like that. So you're telling them on and on and on about the plot. I don't know if that makes sense.
Love that. Yes.
I don't know
if absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think saying where when you're mentioning where it sits at a bookstore, right? Like what shelf it sits next to A, B, and C. It gives the reader a visual of like, oh, I love those books, or I know, I don't know. I think I understand what you mean. It kind of ties it together.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, like even you saying Divine Rivals, which we've read and we loved that book.
Yes.
The emotions evoked from it, the two books.
Yeah.
It was a good emotion. Like we loved the plot and the whole story. So you saying it's very much like Divine Rivals, and now I see it, and now I see the correlation between the two,
So when you're pitching, you want to tell them this is why you want to read it. And this is that sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fantastic advice. I love that.
Thank you.
Love that. Yes. So to our readers who cannot get the book just yet, once they're ready to pre-order a book that'll come out in the beginning of next year, so very, very soon, where are they going to be able to find that?
And what are the dates for everything?
Yes. Share all the information to get in your good book.
Sure. So Within the Space of a Second is out on the 25th of November, 2025, everywhere. That's electronically. So it's available the physical copy is available in Australia, New Zealand, the UK, Ireland, and India on the 25th of November 2025. So for my friends in the States, it comes out in May 2026 in physical, but you can definitely read it now on Kindle. And all the links will be in my social media on Instagram and TikTok at Elise Helliwell Author. So if you're in the States, you can pre-order it now.
Oh, that's beautiful. Excellent.
And we're in the States, and guess what? We have hard copies. So
good.
Yes, we
and
do.
I believe I'm not sure about the States, but I believe that every copy will have every pre-order has the sprayed edges as well. So I just need to check that for the US, but I know for Australia, New Zealand, UK, yeah, if you pre-order, you get the sprayed edges.
What a nice little incentive.
And I am sure you're going to be sharing all that information with us regularly on Instagram. We'll stay in touch with you so you can keep us updated on all the great stuff.
And have you back for the next book, because we got to know what happens.
Yay! When is the next book scheduled for?
No, I believe November 2026, but I'm not 100% on that yet.
Okay. Well, that gives us hope.
Yeah.
So we do hope that when the next book comes out in November, that you'll consider us and visit us again.
Oh, of course. This has been so much fun. This is my first podcast that hasn't been organized by run by a friend.
The writers.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, well, we're
I feel so
happy
honored.
to have you.
Thank you so
very
much.
happy. And we appreciate your sharing the book with us. It means the world to us.
Mm-hmm.
And your time with us and all the wonderful advice. Your advice has actually been really wonderful. We appreciate it.
You.
It means a lot.
Yes. So,
okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being our guest today, Elise. Everyone, check out her book Within the Space of a Second. We'll have all the information down below in the summary. Like, share, follow. Ask her questions online. It's very rare when authors are open. I love that. I love that you're doing that and that you're available for people to give feedback and ask questions. So,
of course.
Thank you, Elise. Everybody,
I love it.
Get her book.
Elise, thank you.
Let's do a last cheers to your success.
Yes.
Woo!
Yes,
Cheers.
yes. I love it.
Salud. This has been another episode of Books and Martinis. Make sure you stay tuned for next week's episode. Again, check out Elise. Thank you guys for listening.
Absolutely. Bye, everybody.
Bye.